Chris Peterson, 1. 1, Chris Peterson.
Have you ever had bugs in your house that you just can't get rid of? Come on, admit it. You've had bugs. Get your hands up. Come on. Thank you for admitting that. Well, I did. Couldn't get rid of these things. No matter what I did, the next day they were there. So I brought in reinforcement. I brought my mom over. First thing she did, she went right to the oven. She opened the door. She said, "You gotta clean in here. If you don't clean the inside, the outside will never be clean. These bugs will never go away." I thought, well, that makes sense. So I started looking in there. And when I started looking in the oven, I quivered in fear. And then the quivering, it turned to panic. And the panic, it caused me to start screaming. And I screamed louder and louder and louder. Then I woke up. It was only a dream. Fellow Toastmasters, Mr. Contest Master, and our visitors. That was November 9, 2005. I woke up in a Hampton Inn in Yuma, Arizona, sweating. Really, and people say, I woke up sweating. Yeah, sure you did. I really did. Scared to death. But my life has never been the same since that dream. You know, it doesn't take a PhD in dream analysis to figure out that I had something inside me, inside my oven, that I wasn't addressing. The sad part is I knew what it was. You see, by that point in my life, I had committed that I would have my own sales training business. That was the dream. Reality was I hadn't taken the first step. And that's how we never did. I was stuck. I was stuck between regret and fear. Fear of everything that comes with starting your own business, and regret of not having the guts to pursue my dream. You ever been there? Some of you might be there right now. Well, finally I did something about it. About 5 years later, in 2010, I did it. I started my own sales training and consulting business. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you 3 benefits that I gained from taking action, with the hope that just one of you, maybe more, but at least one of you, gets a little inspiration from it and will pursue your dream. Benefit number 1. Now I know I've got what it takes. All of us wonder, how will we handle adversity? If we're really tested, will we run or will we fight? What will we do? Well, I got the chance to prove that to myself. December 27th, 2010, 2 days after Christmas, I woke up and there was a magnet underneath my bed. And I was wearing a suit of metal. I couldn't get up. My business wasn't working. I had bills to pay. And I was scared. I was more frightened than I've ever been in my life. I had 2 options that morning. 2 options. Option number 1, give up. Take the easy way out. Get on the phone, find a job. Would have been easy. Option number 2, get up out of bed. Fight the battle. What do you guys think I did? Option 1 or option 2?
2.
Let's hear it.
2.
Wrong. I chose option 3. I went back to bed. But the next day I got up and I fought. And the next week and the next month I fought and I battled my way through the fear. And for the first time in my life, I proved myself to myself. And today I know that I've got what it takes. Benefit number 2, I'm not afraid of the deathbed anymore. You know, most of my adult life I've been afraid of that deathbed. Laying there, thinking, I should have done it. I never had the guts. Why didn't I do it? It haunted me. In January, my brother-in-law passed away of cancer. The last time I saw him alive was the same day hospice came over and told me he had 2 weeks. 2 weeks! Sit next to a guy on a couch that has 2 weeks to live. You'll tend to judge yourself and how you're living your life. 14 days this guy has. 14 days. What am I doing with my life? This infinity of days I have. What am I doing? Am I living it? Or am I just taking it for granted? We judge ourselves. And we should. Well, I'm happy to report that that day I passed the test. I left and I felt pretty good about what I'm doing. My life's not perfect. It's not close to perfect. But at least I'm living the life that I want to live. And I'm basing my decisions and my actions on my desires, not my fears. Benefit number 3, I did it. I'm living my dream. Back in January, I was giving a seminar in San Diego to a client of mine. He had about 150 of the salespeople in town. I'm walking about an hour before the seminar to see the ballroom. Walking, there it is, this big 3 feet by 4 feet photo of this guy. Chris Peterson, featured speaker. I looked at that thing for 5 days. It was awesome. You see, for the last few years, I had been working so hard trying to make it. I never sat back and realized, holy cow, I made it. I'm living my dream. You know, life has a funny way of becoming more about surviving than it is about living. Thankfully, I had a nightmare about 2,000 miles away that woke me up. It snapped me out of mediocrity, and it scared me into living. What about you? Is there something inside of you that you want to bring out? For one reason or another, you haven't? Something inside of your oven that you haven't addressed? I've been there. It hurts. And it's confusing. But I got 4 words that I'm going to share with you in 20 seconds. 4 words that could possibly change your life. 4 words that you've heard hundreds of times, but this morning I'm asking you, or this afternoon, is it afternoon? I think it is. I'm going to ask you not to just hear them. I want you to feel these 4 words. I want you to absorb these 4 words. You have one life. You have one life. One shot at this. Well, why not go for it? Whatever it is. If it's starting your own business, moving to Europe, joining a gym, I don't care. Go after it with everything you have. Everything. And I promise you, your life will come alive. Your one life will come alive. Mr. Contest Master.